Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios, once again with another episode of the Saltmarsh vlog, and I keep making holes for myself. I keep digging holes and jumping deeper into them because I like to expand the world. I like to make the world feel lived in, with many different characters, all with their own goals and desires and things to do, and so sometimes it backfires into creating new characters that the players enjoy, and then they want to see those characters again, or I make even more new characters because players are looking for new characters to learn things from. Long story short, I have actually right here my notebook that I use for D&D because I wrote down a bunch of new names. So, to start things off, I would like to correct myself. I believe last episode, I don't remember if I said the name of Zorp's uncle, but his name is Gort, Gort. He is a plasmoid of a yellow complexion. Zorp is blue. And that is the first of the family to come back together. There's, I believe, 11 more to find outside of Uncle. So they might not get to all of them, but like I said last episode, it allows me a lot of extra side quests that they can do. However, during the 2-week time skip, Barrick, the fighter in the party, decided he wanted to go all the way out to sea to find the bronze dragon that they met previously. You know, all those sessions ago that I just it was just a cool event that happened, because he wanted to take a feat that allows him to shield himself and others as well as heal people so that he doesn't have to lose any more friends. And how can I say no to that as a DM? So he braved the dragon, and I'll admit, you walk into a dragon's den, that usually spells death, but this is a metallic dragon, so he's willing to hear people out. Plus, he wanted to roleplay getting a feat. I definitely wanted to reward something like that. So, obviously I'm not going to kill him because of a feat he decided to take. Otherwise, that just tells the rest of my players, take the feat, don't do anything special about it. So, he talked to the dragon, befriended the dragon, asked the dragon about Calcifer the pirate, and I saw another opportunity to show just how strong Calcifer is by showing a scar across the dragon's face. This is an adult bronze dragon. That's a lot of damage to leave a permanent scar on a bronze dragon. So, of course, I decided to use a random name generator, and the bronze dragon's name is Dullforger. Full name is Lord Dullforger the Careful. And he has agreed to help them in their fight against Calcifer. Obviously, I can't let a dragon just one-shot Calcifer's ship, but this does allow me to hype up how strong that pirate captain is by allowing him to have more powerful allies. Maybe another ship that the big dragon can fight instead, or better yet, maybe a chromatic dragon that has decided to ally itself with the seafaring Fire Lord. But I haven't decided on that yet. Meanwhile, Felix, the monk in the party, has been seeking out a wish-granting being. Anything that can restore him back to his human form, because he's currently a fire genasi and he doesn't know why. I originally had thought I had hinted at Granny Nightshade being a night hag, and her heart being something that cures any curse, that would be what Felix wants, but obviously I was wrong, because Felix decided to look into other options. Maybe just a failsafe in case of not defeating Granny Nightshade, or heck, not even going back into the Dreadwood ever again. This is where I ended up introducing two new characters, Kissinger and Boodle. Boodle is named after Mayor Boodle from the One Piece series, because I'm playing the One Piece card game a lot lately, and that name was just in my head. They are a goblin named Kissinger, and a half-ogre, half-hill giant named Boodle. The two of them are brothers, obviously, and they are both seeking out a wish-granting being known as the Great Mirage. The Great Mirage, of course, being a character that has nothing to do with the side coast. The Great Mirage is a character I made for my very first D&D campaign that I was like a major DM of, and I've never gotten to use the character again. It's a Marid, a water-based genie. However, Felix failed on the roll to inspect the contract that Kissinger gave him, and he signed it because it seemed like everything was legit. And what he doesn't realize is Kissinger has one very important caveat written very well wordedly into the contract, that when the time comes for the Great Mirage to grant them a wish, Kissinger gets to wish first. Which means if the Mirage tells them that they may only have one wish, Felix doesn't get anything. It's also in the contract that neither party is responsible for any injuries or death that is the other party's fault. So, for example, if Kissinger were to get injured or if Boodle were to die, the living remaining one doesn't get to blame the party for it. That they knew this going into the contract. Likewise, if something were to happen to Felix, the rest of the party is not allowed to get mad at Boodle and Kissinger. During this time as well, I believe Felix multi-classed one level into Wizard, either that or took the Magic Initiate feat. I'll have to double check with his player, but Felix now has a familiar, a cat named Alexander. So we're just constantly adding new characters to this. Boodle and Kissinger followed the party home to their ship. Boodle now lives on the deck and has made the ship go maybe like an extra 20 feet underwater. Not to the point where windows are underwater, but we're getting pretty close. It might be time to either reinforce the ship's buoyancy or just get a bigger ship. However the players decide to do that, it's up to them. I'm interested to see where this goes with a big hill giant just kind of living on their deck, stuck in the hot sun. Dude might ask for a tent or something, or, worse off for the party, he might go into Saltmarsh and try to find a way to stay cool. So, with all of that taken into account, the party has begun heading off to the island where a abbey was once held by a cultist group. The council has prepared to pay them 2,000 gold each for this task. I know in the actual Saltmarsh adventure it says 2,000 gold just for the party in general, but my players are kind of getting used to bigger paydays, so I figured giving them a little more money isn't going to destroy anything. It's a made-up fantasy game, so any amount of money they have is not real no matter what, so... But as they got there, they fought the skeletons, they made their way to the abbey, and it is a burnt-to-the-crisp abbey. They actually haven't seen the abbey itself yet. They know it's been destroyed. What they don't know is who lurks inside. I'm going with the actual Saltmarsh adventure here, but I looked a little more into scrying, and I realized that I'm going to have to make my player have a wisdom saving throw. So every day, Evander is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw, and the one time he fails, Calcifer will finally know what he looks like. That will make subsequent scryings easier for Calcifer. For now, though, he hasn't learned anything about the party. So anything I've decided he knows about them, he no longer knows, because that's not how scrying works. You need to actually succeed by actually making an opponent fail the wisdom save. So I'm not going to meta game and say, oh, he knows all this about you now. No. They'll have to fail the save like everyone else. But that will be the first thing I make Evander's character do as soon as they start the session. Am I thinking of anything else? No, probably not. But if he fails the saving throw before going inside the abbey, Calcifer will know exactly what sea-based area they're in, and subsequent saving throws failed will allow Calcifer to see more. Eventually, he'll know they're in Saltmarsh. Eventually, they'll have a big problem on their hands. But if he keeps succeeding on the saving throws, I do have an alternate way of getting Calcifer to know about them. You see, Ivani, Evander's sister, the other rogue, she's been having fun messing with Gellin Primewater. Gellin Primewater is not a nice dude. He's not a good guy. He allows slavery to happen. He is a smuggler. He works with bad people. Bad people can include pirates. So, as Ivani is whispering in his mind using a telepathic ability, or maybe it was the message spell, but she basically implied to him that somebody knows what he's up to. Because of that, he's going to use his sending stone. He's going to send a message to his buyers and his sellers and the pirate. Eventually, Calcifer, a very smart man, is going to be able to put all this together. That's not even including the shenanigans I have in store with Granny Nightshade, because so far, 2 party members have died. And 2 powerful enemies have also died. A wizard pirate and a cyclops. Granny Nightshade loves to mess with people. Perhaps a zombie fight that the party is not emotionally ready for? However I do these things, we'll find out in the next episode, because right now they're going into the Abbey and nothing has been set in stone yet. The dice have not been rolled, and as I always say, the dice are the ones that tell the story. So, I hope you will continue watching this story with me, but for now, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.